Yes, you can achieve a college education right here in your own community. Harcum College's ACE program at the Deliverance Evangelistic Church offers associate degree programs that can help you land a good job and improve your quality of life.
I like Harcum and Debbie because I can continue my education.
The teachers are great. The atmosphere is great.
It's all possible through iLead and Harcum.
Call now or check out our Facebook page at Harcum College at Deliverance Evangelistic Church.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Said the Entertainer. I want y'all to check out Pick TV Network. That's right, Pick TV Network. They got 60 free channels on Roku. This is dope. They also started the brand new Coaching World channel at $9.89. So if you are a content provider, you are a young business with an opportunity to build a platform where you can have your own show, do some programming, check out Pick TV Network on Roku. They got over 60 free channels for you to check out and also grow a business. Go and see them now. See the content. See what they have to do. Learn something. Check them out. All right? Pick TV Network. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey everyone, this is big. I want everyone to download the Pick TV Network on your Roku search bar. My brother David Evans is growing Pick TV fans, and I want us to help my brother blow up Pick TV. Boom!
We've all been hurt at some point, even abandoned. Many of us have done the hurting ourselves. We get to the point where we don't trust anyone, nor do we feel worthy of being loved by anyone. Then there's that one person who just doesn't give up on loving you. Their love is unconditional. Their love stays long enough for you to heal. And then they promise to never leave. That's love you can count on. God's love.
Hello everybody, this is David Evans from Washington, D.C., nation's capital. I got a hot program here for all of you. It's hotter than fish grease tonight. I got my brothers on. They're going to be talking with me today about a special subject. Now, everybody on, we want you to tell somebody to tune in. Those who are going to be on Facebook, Pick TV Network, Twitter, Pick TV Network, Twitch, Pick TV Network. I want you to come in. We beaming this from the nation's capital. And what we want everybody to do is to get involved. You know, I got my brothers here. They're going to be on the screen with me shortly. And I'm excited, about this opportunity to talk about a subject that all of us can get involved with. I got my brothers here today. Brother Rodney, how you doing, man? What's going on, Brother Rodney?
Oh, it's wonderful, Brother Dave. I'm glad to be here and be engaged with you guys. It's just a blessing.
Yes, sir. We're excited today, because this is a powerful subject that we're going to be talking about today. And introduce our brother. I want you to introduce our brother who's down here with us today.
Dr. Evans, Rod, thank you for the opportunity to be here. My name is Joel Hill. I'm the president of Berean Investigations. as well as the CEO of Kemet Group LLC. And as part of that, I have made significant monetary donations to the Alzheimer's Association. So for the last 6 years, I've been working with the National Walk to End Alzheimer's Association by forming a walk team, and the walk team is named Team Purple Rain.
Wow, this is big, because Alzheimer's is something that my father had before he passed away, and this is real. Those who are watching and looking right now, chat in. We want to hear your chats, want to hear your comments. Talk a little bit more about what's going on in Charles County and how we can get involved.
Well, again, thanks for the opportunity. Just to give you a little background, I've been living in Charles County since 1994. Retired military intelligence officer, 22 years in the Air Force. And then I worked 10 years as an investigator for the federal government, working for the Department of Navy and Department of Inspector General. And after a while, say in 2016, I decided to leave the federal service and start my own business, Berean Investigations, because we wanted to make sure that we provided high quality investigations that were based on integrity, because we believe that everyone has the opportunity to have something happen to them. It's just going to happen, especially in the federal workforce. But we provide all the information that an individual needs to make sure that whenever they find themselves in a situation, that they can prove or disprove whatever the allegations were. So this is part of what we do as a small business. So as part of that, my walk team was formed because I decided to donate 30 to 40% of my earnings to the Alzheimer's Association. And it's kind of almost unheard of, Dave, because, essentially, I was donating so much money to Alzheimer's. I figured, I might as well institutionalize this process because I'm able to network. I'm able to meet other business owners. And so it serves a purpose. And so I get to go out and meet the community and also service a need and also provide awareness and to try to get funds for research to end this terrible disease we call Alzheimer's.
Yeah, when I hear you talking about the subject today, it's so broad, and it's real. Those who are watching right now, Brother Joe, we talked and we bonded about this beautiful event, and we want everybody to get involved. Ronnie, you guys went over to the location on this weekend and talk about how you was just excited about the setup for the event. Come on, Ronnie.
Absolutely, Dr. Dave. I got over there, man, and when I saw the stadium, because it's the first time I'd actually been to that stadium, and when I got there, man, I looked at the whole aura of it, the atmosphere and everything, man, and it just escalated inside of me the things that are really going on. We can have an idea of certain things and think about things that may occur and we want to occur. But when you actually get in it and you see it and you see the program that Sir Joel has put together, it's phenomenal. And I just watched and I looked and I learned. And at this point, man, I'm so excited because the cause itself is just a worthy cause. And, God is good. He's bringing us to a place where there are certain things that we need to focus on at this point in time in our own lives and teach. And as we do those things, man, that it can't get any better than that.
Hey, Joe, talk about, again, Charles County, man. You were telling me about your position and what you do down Charles County and how Charles County is trying to exceed PG County. Talk about that for a minute, Joe.
That's good. Thanks for bringing it up because for a long time, Prince George's County led the country in having the highest income of African Americans per capita in the nation. Last year, that changed, and just PG County borders Charles County, as some of you may know, and Charles County is south of PG. PG is south of Washington, D.C. And so a lot of people who worked at the government lived in Prince George's County. And so through various reasons why, in terms of migratory patterns, people are moving out of Washington, D.C. because properties are getting expensive. And then they're moving to PG. Then they started moving from PG to Charles County. And so now property values are increasing here. But as a result of that, we had a large influx of people who were six-figure income families, African-American families who were moving into this county. And not only did the income level rise, but now Charles County is a majority Black African-American county in the nation, as well as having one of the highest per capita incomes. And I think that's significant because as part of that, to whom much is given, much is expected. And so I think we have an opportunity to lead the way, to show, a lot of people talk about reparations and Wakanda and all that stuff. Well, reparations and Wakanda, they're already right here in Charles County because we have all the provisions necessary to do anything that we need to do. And so one of the causes I support, because it's very near and dear to me, because we can raise a lot of money for Alzheimer's research to end this terrible disease. And so I think we are poised in a very unique position here in Charles County to be a premier fundraiser to end Alzheimer's in terms of providing research and development. The other thing is that because of the demographics, as we talk about the demographic shifts in Charles County, there are other ethnic groups that live here, Hispanic, Asian, Native Americans are the large Native American community, as well as African Americans, and is steeped in history. A lot of people don't know this is the county where the Mudds lived. The Dr. Mudd who set John Wilkes Booth's leg after he shot President Kennedy at the Lincoln Theater. He came to Charles County and crossed into Virginia. Well, that's Charles County, and that's right here in my little Port Tobacco. So we love it here. It's a great county, and it's a great place to be.
You got a lot of listeners on here, man, agreeing with you too. This is big. Let's talk about the event that we've been planning for, and you've been planning for, and who's going to be on this event. What's going to happen? You got people, vendors, you got supporters, you got things the activities that we're planning for. Come on, talk about that.
Certainly. So the event itself is actually a labor of love and kind of the brainchild of one of the National Walk to End Alzheimer's individuals, Sonia Marti, a couple of years ago, who really had the desire to, do something, bigger, if we had the opportunity. Well, the opportunity came up this year because my co-chairperson is the mayor of La Plata, Maryland, Mayor Janine James. She's also the co-chair of the Charles County Walk to End Alzheimer's. And so as part of that, she also has a story. Her father-in-law suffers from Alzheimer's. She's also a caretaker. And so I tell you, nothing connects people better when they have stories to relate about an Alzheimer's patient or basically someone caregiving, because essentially I know all about it because my mother, I walk in honor of my mother, and I watched my sister Barbara Jean Kennedy care for my mother for over 10 years in her life up until my mother passed with of dementia. So it's very important that we make those connections.
I'm so excited, because this is my first time getting involved. You've been in this rodeo for 6 years. You and Rodney again went to the big meeting. It's a good time for the community to come together. People from all walks of life, all backgrounds, all races, creeds, colors, religions. Everybody can get involved. Talk about and you're going to pull up the screen as far as the flyer, and talk about again you and your mom.
Okay, certainly. All right, I'll put that up. So
yeah, folks, you watch the PIC TV Network special presentation here today. We're spotlighting from Charles County today. And Joel is on. He's helping to put together a big project, and he's going to be talking about, again, what he's doing down there to help solve a problem, folks, that all of us can get involved with. So,
Dr. Evans, what are you seeing now on your screen, sir?
You can bring in. I can see you put the flyer up first. Okay, now we're ready to roll.
Okay, this is one of the flyers. What you're seeing right now is a Team Purple Rain, the actual Facebook page. So we have a lot of pages. We have a lot of ways to get in touch with us, and this is just one of them. But if you go to Facebook, Purple Rain Charles County, I want you to go there. Please join and like our page. That helps us a lot. And so you will find some of the things you can look back into, some of the things that we do and the type of things that we do. And so that kind of leads into the question, I guess Dr. Evans was asking me earlier, which I don't think I properly addressed in terms of some of the events and activities. And so what I want to do is show you some of the past stuff that we've done. And, like we go to the fair and things of that nature. We go to the farmers market. We also go to baseball games. Let's see if I can bring up a farmers market photo.
Wow, that's big. I love the farmers market, man.
Oh yeah. So I was hoping I could bring up a farmers market photo, but if you go on the website, oh, here's one. Here they are. So if you go there, and so if you see, there's farmers market. We're at the farmers market. We're out there. We partner with the vendors. So this goes directly into what you're saying. We are community based, Dr. Evans. We believe in inclusion because we know this terrible disease knows no demographics. It knows no boundaries. Knows no colors. Knows no age group. It affects all of us. It is a common enemy. So that's why we reflect that. And so our program that we want to have, the festival, is going to reflect that. And I did not know how I was going to be able to do that until I guess all things come together for the good until Rod Freeman came along, until I was introduced to him, just so happens, prior to the event as we were planning. And he brings in the entertainment aspect. And so we discussed sort of the festival goals, mission, and visions in terms of what I wanted. It was a community event. We want to celebrate first responders. We want to celebrate law enforcement. We want to celebrate the caregivers. And so essentially it was Rod who kind of like said, I think I understand what you want. And so he went back and kind of developed a program around that to kind of like to coordinate the music aspect of it. And one of the songs he came up with is just awesome. It's one of my favorites. It's called, I think he's going to maybe start, I don't know if he's going to start the event off with this song, but it's from Sly and the Family Stone. Everyday People. Everyday. So we want to talk about, we are everyday people, and everyday people are good people. They are people who love. They are people who have families. They're people who get up and go to work. They're people who want to see their children succeed in life. They're people who love their mothers and their fathers. I mean, they're just people who love. And so when one of us gets in trouble and has an issue with Alzheimer's, dementia, caregivers, I mean, it's everyday people who are going to take care of us. So we delegate this, and so that's what Rod brought, kind of, I believe he wants to kind of bring in that vibe of just, making people feel like, hey, when as a caregiver, it requires 24/7 support for an Alzheimer's patient. I don't see how they do it. And certain people are called to do that. And I thank God, because my sister was one of them, and she was able to do that. And so we really want to dedicate this festival to those people who have hearts, the helpers in the world. And because, as you all know, our society is full of takers. We want to celebrate the helpers.
Yeah, that's something. Absolutely.
That's amazing, man. I'm just so excited. We got people chatting in, saying that's awesome. Thank you. Everyday people. Thank you. People, that's right. That's beautiful. We all have to get involved. It's so important that everybody understand that this disease has no respect of person. My father, John H. Evans, to maybe 70 years old, then when he started going through his, process with this disease, and my life changed because I had to show my dad extra love. You know, we have a show that we're putting together right now, the Special Needs Love Show. You know, right here where people who have Alzheimer's, MS, visually impaired. We're putting together a show for them right now. And we want you guys to get involved. And right now, you can get involved with this walk. You can get in touch with National Walk to End Alzheimer's at Charles County, Maryland. Now, I want you to educate us a little more today, Joel, and talk about how other counties are having this, but this is special for Charles County.
Yeah. Yes, this is special for Charles County right now for this year because of it made it possible because of people like Mr. Rodney Freeman, who graciously, connected his network to us to enable us to provide, kind of a festival event atmosphere with the talent that he's brought on. So he's bringing, he's partnered with us to kind of bring in a DJ. He's partnered to bring us all his sound equipment. Keep in mind, there's no way, because this is a nonprofit event, I cannot pay Mr. Freeman what he's worth. But again, some people, they give more than what's expected. So we really appreciate Rod coming along and bringing his time and talent to this effort, because it makes it so special. And so really there are 3 or 4 really important pieces to this festival. And so first we have the walk in the morning, at the Blue Crab Stadium. Actually, it's known as Regency Furniture Stadium. It's on St. Linus Drive in Waldorf, Maryland. And you can Google that and it'll come right up. And we're going to start there. The walk starts at 9:30. We walk around the stadium. And we come back. We have a ceremony where we remember, different people who have gone on, or people who are suffering, or caregivers, and we dedicate that time to that moment of silence. And after that program, obviously, we will have a transition period where we will have, some recognition of people, VIPs who are coming. We got the county commissioners coming to be recognized. We have the mayor of La Plata, who is also the co-chair. She will provide opening as well as welcoming remarks to the audience. And so hopefully we'll have the, like in the past, we have the sheriff of Charles County, and then any other VIPs that happen to show up, we have extended that invitation, to the community, to political leaders, social leaders, community leaders. And so if they show up, hopefully we'll be able to recognize them. So because we want to be inclusive, because it takes more than the village to fight this disease. So we do that with the hope that people will stick around for the festival. The festival starts at 12 noon. With that, we have a car show. We've partnered with a car organization called Boost and Burgers out of Southern Maryland. 2 young guys who have a car show. Hopefully we'll have between 50 to 100 cars, different divisions, classic cars, muscle cars, modern cars and things like that. And so we have 3 or 4 trophies, different categories, which one of them being Mayor's Choice, which will be presented, to I guess the best overall in show. After that, oh my gosh, that's when Rod takes over, and he's going to work with a young man we got out of Washington, D.C., Al Williams, who also world-class talent, saw what we were doing, decided to partner with us, came alongside us. And so he's going to be the MC. And Rod and Al have been talking, and the band, I think, Al, you can talk a little bit about your band and a little bit about the I guess the festival vibe and the playlist and the things like that we kind of discuss, if you don't mind talking about it.
Well, sure. Actually, there are a couple of things that kind of prompted me, to really rethink this process. And what I mean by that is, when you were making reference, Joel, early on to the farmers market, one of the things that I believe, actually I know, is that our diet, we don't focus on diet enough to recognize that these things have a serious impact on our health, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all the way around. So, as you were talking about that and saying that, it dawned on me that at this point, first of all, I take no credit whatsoever, because I know that it's a God given. God brought you into this movement for his particular reasons. And one of the reasons that I perceive to be is that, you are the perfect person to extend the word, which is food. As you extend that word, that's food that people need to recognize in hearing. Faith comes by hearing, hearing by the word of God. So with that said, I'm looking at this whole event, and as I listen to the things that you say, as I met David, Dr. David, sir, I felt the same thing, because I saw where, he was at Expo, and I was invited to this Expo, and I went, and I met him, and I saw how he had taken over by his language, which made such a tremendous difference in the aura and all the things that were around him, all the people that were around him that could hear his voice as he spoke and he was interviewed, that made the difference in their psychological process. Just to be frank or brief. But I say that to say this, that when God shows up and you are a man of God, and you understand the things that God is actually doing. I'm at that point in my life where, I have to recognize, I have to seek the things that God is surrounding me with at any given moment. I'm not looking for monetary funds. I'm not looking for, a whole lot of physical things. A lot of stuff I have or I don't have, and it doesn't matter. What I do know is that God is doing something huge in our lives right now. This is one of the biggest events. I was involved with the March of Dimes for several years. And we did that event several times. I was on the entertainment committee, and I had my groups play and all that kind of thing. And it was wonderful. But this is really even more special than that. I don't want to do a comparison, but I will say that this is more special because at this time we're all getting older. And as we get older, the focus becomes on, where we really are, where we really stand. What is causing some of these things that's happening to us as a people, and even more so what is happening to our parents and our grandparents. And I know that our children are looking at us and saying the same thing. I happen to have a birthday tomorrow.
Oh.
And it's funny because I've got two brothers and their birthday was Friday. Different years. They were just born on the same day, and I was born 3 days later after the last one. And we had a grand time. We make it our point to get together and just express things and sow into each other's lives. And I think that this event is doing. It's now becoming a place where, we can give the word in a practical way, as opposed to, trying to be conventional and everybody coming out and, trying to quote and do this and do that. We can practically practice the things that God is giving us and showing us, and we can make a difference. We can make a true difference in people's lives and our own lives. Once we make a difference in someone else's life, oh man, that's a difference in everybody else's life. So I don't want to. I don't know. You get me to talking, man. I'll go. But this is just special to me, and to see Dr. David and to see Sir Joel, to see these guys come together and really make something happen to this magnitude, there's nothing more that I can say but God.
That's major, man. I want to say happy birthday to you, man.
Thanks, sir.
Happy birthday, my brother. And my wife's birthday is Tuesday, so
oh yeah,
I will give some love out to you, man. Yours is tomorrow, the 26th, and my wife's the 27th.
Wonderful.
Good love out there, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I'm gonna do something for you, Alexa. Play Stevie Wonder "Happy Birthday."
You ought to be on the show doing the MC and the DJ.
We got a spot for you.
Everybody's having a birthday, like my brother. And you know, this had been one of the greatest songs when it came out. Everybody loves Stevie Wonder. Shout out to my man, Big Rob, my wife, Yvette Evans, and all of the birthday babies of the month. For you, y'all. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, everybody.
Happy birthday, Rod.
Absolutely. Thanks, sir.
Hey, man, don't eat too much cake either.
Man, I'm going to bed when all this is done. Tomorrow I probably won't resurface.
You watch the special presentation from the Big TV Network. We're talking about a special subject today, folks, that you want to get involved with, the National Walk to End Alzheimer's. And from Charles County, Maryland, my brother Joe is pushing this today. We need your help. This Saturday is all going down. I want you to be a part of it. We're going to take a commercial break. We're going to be right back after this. Happy birthday to all the birthday babies. Hey, Ron, this is for you, Ron, and all the birthday babies out there. You, Ron, everybody watching the birthday coming out. It's all for you. We'll be right back after this. Everybody back here again. Again, I want to say happy birthday to all the birthday babies out there. Ron, this is your day, man. A lot of love going out to you. And everybody having a birthday. It's all for you, man. It's all about birthday love going out there to everybody celebrating your birthday. And Ron, thank you for coming on here, man. You know, our team didn't win today, Ron. We're going to bring you to the sports channel. We got a whole different subject, man, on sports, man. Your favorite team, sports on Big TV Network. Ron going to be on there with me. We die-hard fans from the Redskins to the Washington team to the Commanders. We're going to be shooting at that, shooting information about you with that. Before we close this broadcast, we're going to do part 2, folks, so don't go too far away. I want to ask one more question about everybody who wants to come and get involved. You know, the information is right on your screen right now. You can get involved to end Alzheimer's in Charles County, Maryland. Joel is here. Hey, Joel, tell us about the event and how they can get in touch with you for more information. We're preparing for everything that would be a goal and success this weekend.
Yeah, certainly. I'll try to put in a chat box, but essentially the short version of the link is in the chat box, www.Charles County Walk to End Alzheimer's. That's www.Charles County Walk to End Alzheimer's.com. That link will take you to the page where it's the festival portal. You can sign up there. You can volunteer. You can actually become a sponsor or make a donation. It would also take you to our National Alzheimer's webpage, which, you know, the Team Purple Rain webpage is also. So within those, there are multiple ways to get in touch with us, to donate or volunteer if you live in the Southern Maryland region. One last thing, I just want to circle back, and I kind of hate that word, circle back, but I want to go back to something that Rod was talking about. Was there's something special, and I didn't tell him to say that, or he came up with that on his own, you know, based on his own conclusion because of the work we had done and what he and how he integrated to it. Because it was also very seamless. It was almost like it was his role or mission to perform that function. I don't know how it just worked out that way. But the thing is, it kind of reminds me, I'm not a minister. I'm not a preacher by no means. I stayed in the Holiday Inn once, but that's about it. But this to me is almost like a ministry in terms of what we're doing, work with the Alzheimer's, because not only do we get to talk about something that, you know, what I know to be true, that the only way that you can properly care for someone with Alzheimer's is that you have to have the love of Christ in your heart. Because I'm going to tell you, you can't do it by yourself. From a statistical standpoint, it takes about 3 people to support one Alzheimer's patient. My sister took care of my mother for 10 years. Can you imagine? And had very little support. And there's a lot of that going around. Can you just imagine what it was like going through the pandemic, you know, trying to take care of Alzheimer's patients, not be there to get support? So for me, you know, taking care of a loved one, going through something like that, you know, there's stressful times, especially if you don't have any resources. And one of the big things about the Alzheimer's research is that there are some drugs out there that have shown to be effective and proven to either kind of delay or disrupt the, you know, the association, the aspects of Alzheimer's and things of that nature, but it's very expensive. And so not very many people can afford it. There are some who can, some who can't. So that's why we do what we do. I know it doesn't matter. Again, when you love, you don't see the person's status, position, money, education level, skin color. Love, it's a beautiful thing. And so that's why we do what we do, because I think everybody who comes alongside of us, there's something in their heart, and that makes it special. And I think that's what makes it special to Rod.
Wow, that's amazing, man. And you know, I can feel the love right through the screen when you was talking, Joe. You know, and you know, you guys are my brothers, man. We got a lot of work to do to help solve this problem, this a national crisis. You know, and I'm so happy that PIC TV Network is here to beam this out, to share this information to the world. This is part one. Those are chatting in from Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, PIC TV Network Channel 1000, and our health channel. We had a doctor to come on last week, and he has 6 degrees. Matter of fact, he's in the military just like you, and served many, many years. He'll be coming back on. I'm going to see if we can invite you to come back on Thursday at 12 noon to talk with him, because he's saving people's lives. And he's Dr. Lane Reed. He is doing a wonderful job helping folks around the world. So, folks, we want you to get involved. The information is right there, the website information. So we are planning on this Saturday. Can you give them the time on this Saturday? The time of the event?
Yes. Saturday, we kick off about 9:30 with the National Walk to End Alzheimer's Walk at the Regency, REGENCY, Furniture Stadium in Waldorf, Maryland. It's 11765 St. Linus Drive in Waldorf, Maryland. It's also known as the Blue Crab Stadium, is a home of the Blue Crabs, which is, in the National Atlantic AAA League, a small AAA team, which is great. They made it to the playoffs, but didn't quite make it all the way, which is awesome. So that's the address. That starts at 9:30, the walk. That lasts for a couple hours, so around 11:30 to around from 11 to 12 o'clock. We're having kind of a transition ceremony, DJ music, announcements, and things like that. And then the festival starts at 12 noon. And that kicks off the car show. That kicks off the food trucks. That kicks off we have a kiddie park. We also have face painting. That kicks off, the raffles, prizes, T-shirt sales, and then more importantly, the live music, which will be, I think, the team is called Team Purple Rain, and I think Rod's coming up with something special, maybe some sort of tribute to Prince or something. I don't know, but we'll have to see what treat he has in store for us, since it is called Purple Rain and Prince is associated with purple. But what a coincidence.
Yeah, I love it, man. Hey, when we come back on part 2, I want to ask you about your mom. We're going to show some presentations about your mom, and Brother Ron, I definitely can't wait till we come on and do the sports talk, man. We were talking about heavily there. We got to talk about Dad, his love for down through the years, man, for our Commanders now, back to the Washington team, to the Redskins. We got to talk about that, man. Unmute your microphone. Unmute that microphone.
Hey,
Go ahead.
Hey, I'm definitely ready. Dr. David, sir.
We got to put on our gear, man. We got to switch up. I'm gonna take the suit off and put my team jerseys on, man.
Right.
I gotta put my team jerseys on. I gotta.
But you're not gonna get me in trouble tonight, though, because my wife told me. She said you better get up here because your birthday is tomorrow and you're not doing anything tomorrow. I don't know if that's true or not, because I'm gonna do everything that she tells me to do. But on my own.
I got you, man.
I'm gonna put on some Redskin gear. How about that?
Alexa, play Stevie Wonder. Happy birthday. Man, tell your wife we got you, man. Tell her we got you, man. This is for all the fans from Brother Ron. Man, we love you, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, Dr. Evans, you mind if I show my promotional video
Please.
before we close up?
Please. Go ahead. Show that. Super. Yeah, show that commercial video. You watching Pick TV Network's present presentation, folks. People commenting there. Thank you. Praying time. Hey, Kimberly. Hey, Wisconsin checking in. This is our Pick TV Network business manager. Thank you, Kimberly. All the way from Wisconsin. Hey, love you and your daughter. You ready for this presentation? All right, yep. Up there. Oh man, that's big, man. That's big.
Absolutely.
Man, that is big. Folks, you gotta don't touch that down. We got part 2 coming up. We got another show right after this, and we gotta come back to part 2. Look at the replay, because we're gonna show this over and over again in an hour. You'll see this coming on around 10 o'clock, then at 8 o'clock in the morning. You'll see it running all day tomorrow on all social media platforms. And I want you to chat in, call in, go to the website, and meet us this Saturday, folks. This is the man who's behind the scene, who's doing some great things to make this program so special. And I'm just so happy for my little brothers. Joe, when you come back, man, on part 2, I got to talk about your name, man. You got a Bible name, man.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I'm going to tell you, there's a story behind that name.
Yeah. He's talking about he's not a minister, but
there's a story behind that name, y'all. Y'all hear that? gonna have a lot of fun, folks. We gotta get ready for the next show. Don't touch that dial. It's another show live coming on right after this. You can chat it on Facebook, Twitter, and we're gonna beam it from Washington D.C. all the way down to Chicago. Brother O is in the next studio, waiting to come on. So tell somebody to chat in on Facebook, Pick TV Network, Twitter, Pick TV Network, Twitch, Pick TV Network, Dr. David Evans, Media Nation on YouTube. You can also chat there. And we'll see you on the next show. I got another comment before we close. I love these people comments. Listen, nigga, this is all the way from the cold Wisconsin. This is from the Green Bay Packers, y'all. Here it is. Well done. This is Green Bay right there. Thank you for popping in. Hey, folks, we got to close. There's another show coming on after this. But look at the repeats. Please look at the repeats of this show. It's going to come right back on. You can go right and look at it right now if you want to go on YouTube. We're going to look at this again all over again. And we're going to do part 2 coming up this week. We have my brothers coming right back on again. Joe, Brother Ron will be right back on again. Thank you, everybody. Happy birthday again, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for your time.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Evans.
Thank God for you.
Thank you, Rod.
Yes, sir. Take care.
It's the biggest. Yeah, so hey. Yeah. She want the audio. She want the audio.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I am your host, Izumi, and we are reporting live from Los Angeles, California, and we are on Pick TV Network on Roku TV. And if you're not tuning in right now, you better tune in because you do not want to miss the latest and hottest indie music videos,